on my phone so I can see. G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. I'm Taz. In the middle next to me we've got Moisty.
Hey.
And then at the end we've got Egi.
Hello everyone, welcome.
How are we? How you going, boys?
Yeah, good, yourself?
Sorry, I couldn't see the camera then. I had to rearrange a few things. But yeah, no, I'm going all right. A little bit crook. You boys made me sick, or I think Dundy's made me sick during the week.
Oh,
They have not even seen you.
Turtles already put Collingwood in the 8 and only one win away from top 4. Who would have thought?
That's a nice hello there, Turtle. At least Doc's
That's a very
pleasant.
nice
G'day,
hello.
boys.
Welcome.
Well, let me put this to you though. Essendon sitting third, so Collingwood's out of the elite teams. Carlton, Essendon, Collingwood. Collingwood's coming last.
No, Richmond is.
Richmond doesn't have 16 flags, mate.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
Out of the
Good
big
point.
three, Collingwood's coming last out of the big three is how I want to do it. Word that.
All depends how we finish on the end.
This is true. This is true.
Oh, that's great. Oh, boys, thanks for running the show without me last week.
Welcome back, mate. I forgot you, Andy.
Did manage to annoy you in chat, which
Yep.
was good. I enjoyed it, actually. It's a nice change.
Here,
Got
Andy.
I got another big show for us tonight. We've got where are we? I'm losing track of what I'm trying to do here. But I've missed a week and I'm already falling behind. So we've got some results as always. We'll then jump into Moisty's minutes. There's no deep dive tonight. However, we do have our normal viewer questions, and then we'll go through our tipping results. So good show as always.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and don't forget also, if you haven't liked our Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, like and subscribe all those channels. It really helps us out.
Absolutely. And then just while we're talking about socials and everything, we do have our shop. If anyone is interested in purchasing a TNT Footy T-shirt, they come in all different ranges and sizes and colours and everything.
We don't discriminate here. That's
No, we've got everyone here, don't we?
We do. So we'll post that link as well. I'll just catch up on.
Carlton Flaggers. He's in the low Wi-Fi zone at the moment, but also wishing all the mums out there a happy mother.
Oh, happy Mother's Day, Tassie! You didn't throw that out there nice and early. That should have
That
been
was your job.
Welcome to the TNT. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there as well.
Especially those that watch. I don't think there is any, but
Hopefully they come back and watch them. Let's know in the comments anyway. If there's any mums out there that are watching.
yeah, absolutely. Send it to them as a gift.
Yeah, that's it. Get them a T-shirt.
Have
All
you
right.
seen that Alpha Blokes podcast where they make the jokes where if you do this, you have two bums?
No.
All right. Well,
I've missed that one.
I'll send some through. That's in.
I've got a joke. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, not again. Yours were terrible. Right?
They were terrible, but I went to the doctor the other day and he's told me that I've got to stop masturbating. I said, "What do you mean, doctor? Why?" He goes, "Because I'm trying to examine you."
That one's all right, though.
That's
He knows how to hit me. That's a bit more of a sexual one. That's what we like here, Andy.
All right. Let's get into it, guys. Thursday night footy. We've been spoiled this year.
We have with
So
the Thursday night footy, and Melbourne was robbed, I believe, in this one. Carlton got
you-
very, very lucky here.
You calm your farm. All right.
Very, very lucky to get away with that. They absolutely shut up their shop and went home.
In my eyes, I reckon the ball got wet or fumbled.
Real fumbly.
When
Yeah.
they did their last week scoring, they couldn't clear it.
I thought they looked really lethargic.
In the last quarter.
In the last quarter. Yeah, they just looked like they were totally spent. A bit like Melbourne did a few weeks back when they had that block of 3 games in the space of 2 weeks as well.
Yeah,
I think it really does impact the team and the players.
We've got Carlton. Just catch up on Shaq. We've got howdy fellas from Turtle. The Doc Pendles is like a fine wine. Yeah, he'd look good in blue and white next to you, Doc.
Better with age.
Carlton flag is not robbed. I didn't mean robbed. I meant like they got very lucky as well. I think
They
robbed
said
the wrong
robbed
word.
themselves in the first quarter.
That
Yeah.
free kick to Kemp for a dangerous tackle wasn't actually. I don't think it was a dangerous tackle. We got lucky there. However, we started well. We started really well. I thought the first half was probably the best footy that we've actually played all year. And then for Melbourne to fight back, mainly in that last term, I thought it was a cracking game.
Yeah, Melbourne played well in that last term, but Carlton just wasn't there.
No, not at all. We had no answer for Petrarca either.
No, Petrarca's kicked 5 goals, 2, I think. And
Absolute freak, mate.
He's a beast, though.
Matt Kennedy was tagging him in the first half, I think it was, and he didn't have much impact. Then he comes out and dominates the second half with 5 goals and nearly wins the game for Melbourne off his own boot. And that's probably one weakness I've noticed with Carlton is if the opposition have a player like Petrarca or a player like Jeremy Cameron, these star players, they can just come out and tear them up, and they've got no answer for them.
No answer for them.
So, a bit disappointing, but 4 points is 4 points.
They got the win. That's it.
That's right. And I actually think Melbourne are still going to be thereabouts come September.
Oh, they'll play finals. They will.
Yep.
They'll be top 6 for mine.
Yep. I think so too. Moving on, next game, Friday night was a bit of a shock.
Double header.
Yeah, I watched the Freo Sydney one. I didn't watch the Port Adelaide Geelong, so I can't comment on that one much.
The Port Geelong one, Port came out and absolutely smashed Geelong. Similar story to the Carlton Melbourne start. Absolutely dominated them. They were up by like 40 or 50 points nearly the whole time. And then Geelong clawed their way back right up until the last few minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think we slipped over at 3/4 time, which was the last 5 minutes, and we saw that last 5-minute block.
Yep.
And Geelong had their chances in that last 5 minutes too.
Absolutely, they did. Absolutely. It was a good game in the end. In the end, it was. And Geelong did really. And that's the thing with Geelong. You can never write them off. They're always one of those teams that are, again, thereabouts. They just usually always find a way.
Yeah.
But I am sick of Port being so inconsistent.
Yeah, a bit hit and miss. There's a lot of teams this year that hit and miss. But that might just be the closeness of the comp, and we're just giving the poor teams that we think they should beat a bit of slack when those poor teams are a lot better than we think.
True, actually. That is, I agree with that comment. And that's what the AFL wanted. They wanted a really close league.
Yeah, want an even one. Well, we've seen that this week, like a lot of them this week, like Essendon, GWS, Adelaide, Brisbane, we thought they were going to be blowouts. They've gone the other way.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Absolutely.
Never know.
What do we got here? Carlton Flaggers. Flaggers, robbed themselves in the first quarter. Thanks. And then Turtles got Carlton conceded almost 80 points in 2.5 quarters. That's not a good sign.
Sounds pious to me.
Sorry?
Sounds pious.
Yeah. Hashtag pious, yes. Carlton Flaggers still waiting for a complete game. Apart from North, 4 points will take it. Friday night was like deja vu. I kept saying I'm not going to make the year out because I'm going to have a heart attack.
Have a heart attack.
Tell us about the Freo Sydney game.
So the Freo Sydney one, everyone was saying Swans were good. Like me and my brother watched that game because he's a Swan supporter. They were a bit off, Sydney, and that's what's scary. They probably had another 3 or 4 gears to hit in this game.
Yep.
And they've done that to Fremantle. Fremantle missed a lot of shots, but that was the pressure Sydney was putting on. Yeah, and they were a bit off. They were, in that last quarter, they were elite, though. But in the first 3, they were a bit off, and that tells us on. I think that's the favourites. I think Sydney are the team to beat this year. They're going to be hard to beat. One team's figured it out, but that was when there was a bit of drama at the club. They probably still should be unbeaten, Sydney.
Yeah, they only dropped that game to Richmond, really.
Yep.
Oh, apparently the sound keeps cutting out, Egi.
Yeah, I'm not
sure. Is that just me?
Is there anyone in particular, or let us know, boys?
It might be my actual voice because I'm pretty crook.
No issues with sound here.
It might be because he's on Wi-Fi, is he? Yeah, he's in the live Wi-Fi, so... Doc
was saying the same thing, though.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Just let us know if it's anyone in particular, please, guys.
Because Taz does have a different mic on, so it might sound a bit different than normal.
Oh, I didn't even notice Tazzy's wearing a headset.
Yeah, I know. It feels weird, mate. Sorry? I felt out of place. Next week I'll wear a headset and a hat.
Yeah, headset and hat. You got to wear a hat. So that game was over pretty early. Sydney were dominant, but I think they've still got another 2 or 3 gears they can hit.
Yep.
And that was the tribute match too. They had some flowers, a bit of pre-game stuff, a bit of flowers on the ground, which was a nice show of respect.
Do you think that impacted the Freo performance? Because I personally think it did, and it would have.
It probably could have,
Mhm.
and probably did a little bit, but they were in the game though. They just couldn't kick straight. They kicked straight. They're right in the game. So
That's
Sydney
true.
kicked 8 goals 0 to Freo's 1 goal 8.
Yeah,
That
that
was
is
the
true.
score line at one point. So if it's 8-1 to 8-0, it's a red hot game.
Yep. What about you, Eggy? Did you watch the Freo Sydney game at all?
Nah, I didn't. I just watched the score updates. I think I might have fell asleep towards the end of the Port Adelaide Geelong game.
Right when it was getting good
Yeah,
too.
right when it was getting
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
And
goodness.
our next game here was actually Todd's Moisty's Roughie of the Week, which I didn't get my TikTok up, but this was the Roughie of the Week. I've tipped it in the tips, you can see, but struggled with a bit of things going on later in the week, didn't get it up. But Hawthorns beat St Kilda down in Tasmania.
That's unreal.
Yeah, and the main reason I thought that St Kilda don't score, Hawthorn play Tassie well. St Kilda's easiest, best team to beat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think they're as good as what.
Well, do
people
you think
think.
that their scoring hurt them? Because I'm looking at the score 10-13 to 8-16.
Yeah.
So they're
But then-
kicking. Sorry, go Tassie.
I think, yeah, look, 16, it's only 3 more behinds than Hawthorn, though.
Yep.
So, like, because Hawthorn
so
was at
Hawthorn had
23
to
scoring
24.
shots to 24. So, realistically, it could have been just as close even if they kicked straighter.
Yep.
But St Kilda now, they're only one spot above Hawthorn on the ladder with a percentage of 96.
And that's what I'm saying. They're the most gettable, supposedly a top 8 side, but they're the most gettable if they are a top 8 side. Just that the game style they play is too gettable by lesser sides.
I think they've been found out.
Yeah.
I really do. I think coaches have gone to work and they've really found a way to beat St Kilda at their own game.
Well, the way Hawthorn did it, and I watched a lot of this game, was the chip around, but then short entries.
Yep.
Chip the short entry into the top of the 50 and just have pings from there.
Yeah, absolutely. The game style is very similar to Fremantle. Although I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, Freo seem to have got a little bit more pace on the ball. Not a lot, but just a little bit more than what they did early part of the season.
They look like they had a ton against Sydney. They were
Did they?
running at options, yeah. They were
Yeah.
running it. And also with that St Kilda game, they went tall, but Hayes got no injuries, but was subbed off halfway through in the second quarter because they needed more pace on the game.
Well, that's similar to the Geelong game too. Stanley got subbed out 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, just because they need more pace. So you know you're going to need more pace. I don't understand the 2 ruckmans at some point. Like,
It's
a
interesting,
forward
isn't it?
should be able to ruck, yep. So just the 1 ruckman for mine.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a pretty exciting game, actually. I watched all that. It was a very exciting game, but very quick pace from Hawthorn and then hold up bullish defence from St Kilda.
And maybe Hawthorn, I think I said to you because we were kind of watching this game together. The win, the couple of wins that Hawthorn have banked now, that'll be giving them a bit more confidence again. So
Confidence, yeah.
they're going to be one of these teams that you're not going to walk into thinking you're going to beat them like you are North Melbourne at the moment.
Like you are North Melbourne, exactly. North Melbourne is probably the only one now because West Coast and Hawthorn you've got to really plan, whereas North Melbourne you sort of don't have to plan yet.
And potentially Richmond, but we're still not sure yet.
Oh, no, I think Richmond at the moment, but that's injuries.
Yeah.
Like Richmond's where North Melbourne is now. That's going to be the battle of the spoon. Only because Richmond's just been gutted.
Yeah. Yep, they have poor Uze.
Yeah, comes in, takes over, and gets 12 injuries. I think they're up to 14 or 15 injuries for key players now.
It hurts. No team
injury
bats that deep. No team.
Well, we'll find out because I think Collingwood's about to start dealing with that. But we'll talk about that later because that's fun to watch.
All right, next game we got Essendon and Giants, and this was an absolute cracker.
It was a shock to me too. I was in the car driving because I had to go pick up the old man. So I was listening to it in the radio, and I thought GWS had their number in that first quarter. I
Yeah.
thought the game was done.
Yep. Well,
Absolutely.
They sort of ran out of legs towards the end, didn't they?
Not really. Essendon just played well.
Yep.
Essendon's pressure was just high. They were attacking the ball. They were, getting the quick hands out. And I must say, probably one of the most improved players this year is Sam Durham. He is absolutely dominating it in that midfield.
Playing a bit of a tagging role at times too.
But playing an offensive tagging role.
Yes.
Like he's able to actually accumulate whilst also nullifying, which is such a skill to have.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolute skill.
He's been huge.
Just want to catch up on chat here, guys. So the Doc Captain Taz, I think that was to do with my hat. Turtle, St Kilda are not any good too defensive. The Doc, St Kilda is a terrible team. Flaggers has got but like Freo. Doc agree. The Doc Flaggers, I think they kept the Ross line game planned. I think they did a bit. Flaggers agrees indeed. And the Turtles got top 8 is set with potential port swapping with Dogs.
Always calling it early. I think GWS, they're not liking the marble. They sit and start with a bang, and then they just lose it in the dying minutes, like they did with Carlton against Carlton.
Oh, the game we went to.
Yeah, just in the last quarter. They sort of start with a bang, but then they don't seem to be able to see out the whole game.
Yeah, it might be in a bit of trouble, old GWS. They haven't been liking a lot of football at the moment. They've been starting like house on fire for every game, but as you were saying, just falling away.
Are they another one of those teams that's got a plan A but no plan B? With their game style.
Their plan A is electric though, but
yeah, but if they get found out,
they get found out, they can't compete.
It's just put a bit of a watch on them. I think for the coming. They started the season. I thought it was going to be an All Sydney Grand Final. The way they
that's what I thought too. They've sort of fell away a bit, but they've got the potential to come back.
Definitely. And we're nearly halfway through, so we can start to get a bit of an idea of what teams are actually.
I think Turtles nearly just on.
I think so?
The only ones are Port and Collingwood, and we'll match on why I say Collingwood soon. We'll match on why I say Collingwood soon, but Port and Collingwood are my two iffy ones. And maybe GWS the way
we know why you like talking about Collingwood because it likes to stir up all the watches.
No, but I've actually, in Moisty's minute, I've got a reason why I think Collingwood will struggle to make the 8 now.
All right.
There's an actual reason coming up.
We'll get to that soon. So we'll move on to the next game.
Night football was absolutely terrible football to watch. Now the AFL,
why did they put this prime time?
Why did they put both these games prime time?
That is actually true.
That's what I'm talking about. The whole Saturday, not just the one. I know why they put. I can vouch for the North Melbourne Gold Coast. It's trying to drum interest up in Darwin,
right?
But to have Richmond Bulldogs, I suppose the draws come out. Everyone thought that was going to be a tracker game at the start of the year. It's a bit of a wishy-washy Saturday night here. I don't know a lot of people that watched any of these games.
I still think they would have been better off swapping the Essendon Giants and the Richmond Bulldogs, but again,
you can't do that because how do you do that now? Like
I know that. I mean, in the pre-planning of it, because you could always tell that they were going to be decent.
Yeah. But yeah, Gold Coast, North Melbourne. Gold Coast just too good. North Melbourne just too sloppy.
And are they getting like the hard luck story that they're coming up against these teams that they could be competitive against, but they're coming off big losses like Gold Coast against Brisbane, so they're ready to live for this game as well.
I don't think that's playing much into it. Like North Melbourne, you can tell they're young. Like their average game, mate. I think we went through it the other day. I mean, Danny, it's like 49 games. Is their average?
And we were talking about it yesterday, Moisty, and you can just tell the actual size difference of the players. Like they're playing against fully matured players. Like you look at Rao and he's a beast. You know what I mean? He's been in the system a lot longer than a lot of the North Melbourne players have. So they're just coming out of high school and they've got no size about them. So it's really easy to push them off the ball.
And there's no mentors there coaching them either. Like I think that's another big road. They've gone full young. They've got no, which they might need to get a 1 or 2 gamer who's ready to retire. Not a 1 or 2 gamer, 200 gamer that's not going to get another year like Pendlebury if Collingwood don't offer him, and just throw him in there to train the young kids.
Yeah. Yeah, we were saying that yesterday. They've actually got no leadership, and they picked up Liam Shields for that leadership across from Hawthorn, but he's not a leader,
No,
unfortunately.
and he wouldn't drive. I think another which has come out in the paper is the drive-in at training.
Yeah,
the training's not up to thing, but they don't know that because they're all kids coming out of school. But that's anyway. We'll talk about North all night. But Gold Coast looked good, looked electrifying. Rao and Anderson were a bit slow up until quarter time, and then just took over.
Miller was back to his freakish best as well.
Miller was good all year.
Just hard running. It was good. Very good. Next game was disaster for Richmond. Absolute disaster. I still don't think this says anything about the Dogs.
Yeah.
They're still flat track bullies, in my opinion.
Yep.
I know they played well, but again, Richmond, we know where they're at. So
Richmond's got, you could say that half the side that played are twos.
And the amount of losses the Bulldogs have had lately, there's sort of when they had to get on the board and they sort of had to make an example.
Yeah, correct. They've done what they needed to do. Exactly. Eggy's just trying to put some penis into his mouth there. All that, guys.
Next game, Eggy would have watched this one. I was out fishing for majority of this one.
No, Mother's Day. And Ava had footy, so she finished right on 1 o'clock just as it started. So we had Mother's Day with the mother-in-law. So I was checking it up every now and then on the phone, but yeah, did get a bit sidetracked. But
I did watch a fair bit of this game, on and off, and Eagles kicked the first goal, and they looked good. They were moving the ball quickly. As soon as the ball went back to the middle after that goal, Collingwood kicked 4 or 5 unanswered goals.
I think it was the first 15 minutes though, that they weren't that much out of it, West Coast, and then after that 15, they just before the end of the quarter, Collingwood just got a bit of a stretch.
It shows their depth too, because Yo was a big out.
Yeah.
Like Yo in that midfield, they'd be 5, 6, 7 goals closer.
Oh yeah,
because they lost it out of the midfield all day. From what I saw in the little clips I watched, it was midfield dominance.
Yep.
Yeah, Dacos had a great game.
I think he lifted because there was a bit of talk about Harley Reid and him going up against each other, but yeah, I can't remember who went on Nick Dacos, but Harley Reid went straight to Pendlebury at the start. I'm not sure if he stayed on him or not.
They did have a bit of time on. There was one time where Harley Reid was on Dacos, and Dacos just ran off him. Like he's too quick for Reid. Reid isn't that agile.
Yep.
He's more of a bigger player and a bigger body than what Dacos is, and he's not as quick.
So Dacos would have run away from him.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah. Look, Reid started okay and then just sort of died. He took a really good mark in the first quarter.
I've seen the hanger.
He was very impressive still with some of the things that he did. Like his strength and ability to stand up in tackles in his first year of the game is, I don't think I've ever seen it before.
Well, it's not a first year. He's been playing since he was 3 or 4, mate. But
No.
I understand what you mean, first year in AFL.
An 18-year-old player I have not seen come into the game and do that. Dustin Martin wasn't doing that for a few years.
No, because he didn't have the size. Dustin Martin, he'd come in a bit skinnier.
That's right.
Come in big.
That's right. But Collingwood's young guns looked unreal.
Yeah, I can't really comment. I didn't watch most of it.
Richards and Sullivan really impressed me. Joe Richards looks like he's electric. Absolutely electric. So, yeah, good signs for Collingwood. I think they're back. I really do.
Yep, back.
And I think they're definitely a premiership chance.
I'll just catch up on...
you want to catch up on
chat real quick. So we've got Collingwood injuries hurt, but Richards and Sullivan are fantastic. Keep in mind they are yet to play 5 of the bottom 8 today. They just don't stop. And if kick straight, it was a 150-point win. Geez, Turtles write me an essay. And guess what? Turtles back in again. Also, Nick is coming for the Brownlow, currently almost equal or getting more on average contested and clearances. He's gone to the next level. It's scary to see what he's going to be. The only problem with that is Heaney's about 10 votes in front of him.
Yeah, I think you're a bit biased there about the equal part.
Yeah, I think Heaney's miles in front of him. If Bulldogs are bad, what does that say about Richmond to the Doc? And Doc Turtle Dacos is in beast mode. Yeah. I'm not arguing he's not in beast mode. I just think he's at one end of Flemington Straight.
Yeah,
and Heaney's at the other end. It's a long way to make up.
It's round 9, and he's polled votes in the last 3 games, whereas he's polled votes in the last 9 games.
Yeah, so he's a mile behind, and I don't see Sydney stopping or Heaney stopping.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on, and to finish the round out, and this game finished not long before we started the show tonight.
What a cracker of a game! Our second draw of the year.
Absolutely fantastic game. Fantastic game. I thought that Brisbane were going to kick away, and I said that to Egi and did it Todd. Went the early crow.
I don't know how I've named Crow in this show when Tassie's giving away the early crows this year.
But what a game, though.
It was.
No, it's a great game of footy. Yeah, a league game of footy.
Was it a shock?
It was. Yeah.
I tipped Adelaide.
I tipped
but
Brisbane.
That's only because I'm making points up.
Yep.
And because it was in Adelaide.
It was good to see Darcy Fogarty take a game by a scruff of the neck. I think he ended up with 3 or 4.
Yep.
But I think Isaac Rankin running through the midfield over the past 4 or 5 weeks, and Saligo running through the midfield over the past 4 or 5 weeks, or since the Carlton game, has absolutely changed the Adelaide midfield structure. I think it's fantastic.
Me too.
But I'm flying along.
Yep. Speed, skill, all through that midfield now. And Archie back in the Brisbane side, that really helps them after being out for quite a number of weeks. But yeah, just a cracking game.
Yeah, no, I thought it was electric. Obviously, it was electric because they ended in a draw, which upsets a lot of fans. But I love the draws. I don't think we should get rid of them. I don't like overtime.
And they're both, so Adelaide are now 12th and Brisbane are 13th on the ladder. Not where I expected either of those two teams to be.
No, and that was sort of the loser was out. So the loser's not out, but now they match up with Collingwood and Essendon. But they're 2 games back from those two.
Just crazy. Gold Coast are in their normal spot of 10th.
Yep.
Dogs are up to 11th. That's strange. Will they be lower?
Dogs? No, they've had 4 good wins, though. Their percent's electric.
It is, 123. Yeah. Biggest percentage in the bottom 8. Their percentage is actually higher than
everyone except
teams in the top
Geelong
8.
and Sydney. Yeah, Geelong and Sydney are the only ones with higher percent above them.
Yeah, there you go. So
they're really flat track. They're losing close games too.
Yeah.
They're not getting beat by anyone by a lot.
Do North Melbourne play Richmond soon, or that's the win that...
No, it's still like 4 rounds to go in this season, I think.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a long picket fence before North gets a chance to fix that, I think.
Yep.
Because, it's going to be... Yeah, I don't see you guys... I struggle to see you guys win a game.
Hey, it's coming up in Moisty's minute. Let's not give away everything nice and early.
All right. Well, speaking of Moisty's minute,
we're up.
All right, you know the drill. We're going to put the intro on. We've got about 30 seconds to kick us off, and then we've got a minute on the clock. All right, kicking off now.
Oh, we're back for... Oh, I got an intro. How long was the intro?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good, so we're alive. All right, so we've got Moisty's minute. We've got a minute on the clock, please, and we're good to go. Scrimshaw's suspension, 1 match suspension. Is the AFL taking the piss or what?
Yeah, they are.
They are, yeah.
They are. That can't be a suspension. Essendon, a flag chance. Keep getting it done.
Not a flag chance, no.
Yeah, not a flag chance. You got to win one. I got to lose one before you win one.
Got to lose one before you win one. Does that save Bebo, or is he still gone?
Still touch and go.
Well, if he wasn't gone last week, I can't see why he's not gone. I think he's here to the end of the season at least.
Which is when his contract's up.
Yeah. Can North get a win this year? If so, who?
Yes, Richmond.
I don't see that.
I don't see him winning one either. After watching the game in Cairns, should the next team be out of Cairns?
I like the idea of the North Australian Crocs, where it covers the Darwin, Cairns area.
All of them? Yep. Because there was the fans up there are electric.
What about you, Egi?
Well, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing 2 extra teams, so it evens it up a bit.
Yep. Pies in trouble now with the injuries they've got. This is why I see them falling out of the 8.
No.
I think the young ones coming through is that Harry Di Matteo too looks pretty good coming up.
I think that's
All right. And are the Saints trash, or is it just the style of game they're trying to play?
Style of game, but we have seen when they play their fast footy.
Who are their star players like? Like you got Steele.
Hey, this is Moisty's minute. Not to go after this
Sorry.
afterwards. I've still got heaps to go. Yes or no, Tazzy?
No. Yes.
No.
Sorry, trash.
Yes, trash. All right. So the last question is, who would you target in this off season? These are the free agents. Who's the biggest target? Who would you go for? So you've got Elliott, Yeo, Baker, Smith, Haywood, Perryman, McCluggage, Ainsworth, Battle, or Zerha. Who are you targeting? You got one spot. Who are you taking?
For who? Our clubs or?
Yeah, just who out of these players.
Yeah.
Who would you take?
Well, it depends on your club need.
Yeah, well, just pick one.
Smith.
For your club, Smith.
I missed the question.
Right, yeah. All right. So out of these players, these are all the free agents for next year. Who would you target? So you got Yeo, Baker, Smith, Haywood, Perryman, McCluggage, Ainsworth, Battle, or Zerha.
Or in between McCluggage and Yeo.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, that's Moisty's minute. Now, what were you going on about, Tuzzy? I just my clock just ticking.
My bad. Sorry, mate. What was the second last?
The St Kilda. No, it was St Kilda. Who was St Kilda's star players?
So I thought that was your last question. My apologies. So who are their star players? You've got Steele and Sinclair.
King. Steele, King.
I wouldn't say King's
he's not star, but that's their star forward.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about like who is a star player? Like you think of
You've
Collingwood, you've got Dacos.
Ryan Marshall.
Bill coming off the halfback. Rowan Marshall's definitely a star.
Like game changes, I'm talking about.
Marshall's a game changer.
Higgins.
He gets clearances.
Higgins can be, but is he out for suspension or is he injured? I can't remember.
I just don't think they've got like genuine stars. Like Geelong, you've got Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah.
Collingwood, you've got Nick Dacos. Carlton, you've got Patrick Cripps. Do you know what I mean? They are game changers. Who is an out and out game changer for St Kilda?
I don't even think Steele is.
No, I don't actually think Steele is either. When you're thinking about those players,
game changer. The only one I could see is Marshall. You were there last
Thursday, one you asked him.
Yeah, I should have. Like Western Bulldogs have even got one in Bontempelli. Like,
yeah, I think Marshall's probably their only one, because he's like a Gawn style ruckman. Like,
but even then,
I'd say Gawn at Melbourne's a game changer too.
But but they've also got Petrarca.
Yeah,
like they've got a couple. Look, most teams have got at least one. I just don't know if Marshall is a game changer.
He's not a game changer yet.
Yeah, so I just don't think they've got one, and I think
that's really why I think I've heard heavy at LDU. They're going heavy at McCluggage, and I think they're the two. They went heavy at Smith. I don't see Smith getting there. I don't see him a game changer either. But McCluggage and LDU, I do.
Yep.
If those two players get there.
Yep. Absolutely. Just catch up on chatter a bit here. Brisbane. The Doc. Hashtag bias up before. The Doc. Brisbane is still flat from last year, in my opinion. Turtle. Brisbane are like Adelaide when they lost in 2017. Maybe Vegas was like the Adelaide camp.
Well,
I agree with that.
I think they got the hangover, and they just. I think they were just down in the dumps, and they haven't crawled their way back from it yet.
Not at all. There could still be some off-field turmoil too.
That's true.
Doc, I think the preseason stuff-ups is a lot worse than we thought, Turtle. Yeah, absolutely. The Doc has got the next two. If Bevo loses by a big margin, I think he's gone. Saints don't have a game changer. Carlton Flaggers, maybe they simply don't have a star player. Interesting point, Taz. Thanks, Flaggers. I just don't know. Every other club that you name, you can name at least one or two players.
Yeah.
Except maybe Hawthorn.
Sounds like
Hawthorn, you've got Newcomb. I'd say Newcomb's a game changer. He's turned it on for me. Probably single-handedly won that Saint game.
What about Sicily?
Oh, yeah, Sicily. Actually, yeah, good point. So there you go.
Newcomb, yeah.
Even Hawthorn do. Yeah, it's interesting. I was just thinking about it before. And
I'm just going through the teams now, and I'm going, you got a dead set point there. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
So I think Ross can only do as much as he can with
the
a
players
list.
he has.
Stock he's
exactly. Exactly. So, but if you think of any during the week or in chat, let us know because I could be wrong, but I just can't think of any.
Mate, I'm just going through the teams now, and I'm saying I can't think of one. Just looking, don't have one.
So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that question a bit more in depth. But great Moisties minute there, Todd. I really enjoyed that.
That was a good one.
Absolutely. All right. Egi.
I've just gone through every team. Every other team has one. Every other team has one.
No deep dive tonight. I got a bit snowed under with Mother's Day celebrations today and didn't get home till late. And same with last night. Yeah, yesterday went to local footy actually and watched one of the boys from work played his first game in 9 years. So we went down and watched him at Devon Meadows there.
How'd he go?
Yeah, he went all right. It's a bit sore afterwards. They got the win. They got the win.
Good.
That's the main thing.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Paddy Ryder's still playing there?
He is, but he wasn't playing this weekend.
Mother's Day duties as well.
Yeah, probably. I'd say so, yeah. Because he actually gets flown in from Adelaide.
Really?
Yeah, I found out. And I found out that Pearcell flying Ryan Batsnack from Brisbane as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I can give you another local player who played this weekend too for a local club.
Yes. Would you like to spill the beans?
Yeah, David Mundy played for Seymour this week.
Kicked a couple of goals too. Was in the best.
Yeah. I forgot all about it and didn't go down. I should have been there.
Terrible.
I forgot all about it. My brother's messaged me and he goes, Miles won't go to sleep, so we can't go watch Mundy. I was like, I forgot all about Mundy playing.
But in that, I just wanted to send out appreciation to all the mothers out there because all the footy players probably wouldn't be able to get to their training without mums. So
that's exactly right.
Absolutely, and it will be good to see in the coming years with the AFLW with maybe a mother-daughter or mother-son rule coming into play.
Yeah, I think they need to. Yep. I think it's a guarantee for sure.
The mother-son one maybe not because not every club has an AFLW team, so it's a bit unfair.
I think they do now, don't they?
I'm not sure. Do they?
Well, they will in the next couple of years at least.
They will, coming in.
Artie's just sent me a message saying he can't do chat for some reason, so him and Dunning are in the same ballpark here.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he said you just touched on the Scrimshaw suspension being a joke. So we've already touched on that, and we absolutely agree with that.
Well, Scrimshaw had him charging at him out of the centre, and he didn't move. He just tackled him as he was running into him, and he's come over the top of him and dumped his... What's he going to do? You want him to jump out the way and let him run through?
I hope they challenge it. They need to.
There was nothing he could have done about that. That was the own bloke's momentum that took him that way.
Also, while we're talking about Artie, I want to bring up a couple of weeks ago in the deep dive, we were talking about the international rules, and I believe he represented in a country for that. Nitaz?
He did. He did have. He sent through. Have you still got the?
No, I don't know. He had the Guernsey from Poland. Was he representing Poland? Was he?
That is correct. Maybe we'll get that organised for next week's show, guys. So tune in to see what the international jumper looks like for Poland. We might even actually put it up on our socials.
Yep.
If Artie's okay with that, of course.
We'll wait to hear from them.
Okay, the doc's just put down here, the Saints have more losses than anyone else. They would need to win 20 years straight to catch up to the next team.
Really?
20 years in a row they've got to win to catch up. That's a big gap.
That's huge.
I know they had 26 spoons, which...
I knew they were leading the spoons.
Right. All right, so next one, we're missing out on Eggy's Deep Dive. That'll be back next week, bigger and better than ever. So we've got Tassie with his viewer questions.
All right. We'll eventually get an intro to all our segments.
Yes, it's coming.
Yeah,
eventually.
Oh, Eggy's making them. He's our IT man.
No, I'm not making them. I've just been in talks with the Moisties Minute one and Iggy's Deep Dive, but we haven't sorted out we haven't really spoken about the Tassie's viewer questions yet, have we?
Don't need one.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll get one yet.
I reckon we do. I quite like it. I like the interaction with all the watchers and listeners.
I love it. I think it's great. And we're getting questions every week too. So it's fantastic. Now, one of the questions which we'll do that one last. All right. So we'll start from the top.
Okay. That's
okay. Keep in the same order. All right. So just so our viewers know, we actually we prepare these so Eggy can get the questions up on the screen behind us. So that's why we try and get it all prepared before the show starts. So if I change something halfway through, kind of goes,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Taz? We've also had one come in late on the mobile for me from Dunny, Taz, so I'll tack that one onto the end if we can.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to start that first?
Oh, I can start that one. I'll have to get it off the phone. All right. So we've had Dunny come in, and he's messaged me this 2 minutes before the show. So his question from him and his lovely wife, Bianca. The question for the show, has Essendon got the edge, is what B's question was. And then Dunny is Essendon back? And are they going to finish finals, is his.
I think they are back. I think they will finish finals. I don't know about this.
The edge, I don't know what the edge is. He had to explain that to me the other day, the Essendon edge. But I think so. I think they'll nearly, the run they've got home, they're a chance to finish top 4.
Because they had a great start last year, and then they dropped out of the 8, but I don't see them dropping out this year.
No, I don't think so. I think they finish finals. I still don't think they win a final.
Don't think they win. I reckon they do. I think they get the top 4 now. I'm
voting
for you, Dunny. We need 2 year streak to end.
They're over 7,000 days now. I think that'll continue.
They need the 20-year streak to end.
All right. Thanks for sending that through, Dunning, but get it through earlier next time, mate. What are you doing?
You've got to hit me up nice and early so I can get your little logo out the back there.
All right. So we got a question from Turtle. If Geelong don't get fined for leaving Cameron on the ground, will that send a bad message? As Port got fined $100K for the same thing.
I think the fine nearly needs to double.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I say that is because it'll make the next team, if we're going 100, 200, 400, the next team's not going to do it.
Yeah.
400K is a lot of money.
Can we break this down for someone that may have fell asleep?
We probably should have, but Cameron, I got Taz to explain to me before the show because I didn't watch this game, but Cameron got hit high, stayed on the ground, had delayed concussion after the game, and he's missing next week due to delayed concussion.
Yeah,
so
basically came out. Yeah, so basically came out saying that he's not going to play next week because he has delayed concussion. But doctors went out to him twice already, and twice during the game, and apparently cleared him. So
I think the thing was too, they didn't go through the protocols though, because I think you're supposed to come off, get your HII done, then go back on.
Could this be a reason why Tom Liberatore at that time come back and said that he was knocked out?
Potentially.
Yeah, so I reckon the fine needs to double just to stamp it right out.
It's great question though, Turtle, and he's actually put in chat here. First of all, he's got St Kilda to Cairns, North to Tassie, keep the teams at 18.
I 100% like that. I wanted North to go to Tassie.
And Geelong were cleared by the AFL, and the doc says he should have come off. 100% he should have come off. He should have.
But they didn't get a fine at all.
No, apparently not.
Which is interesting,
isn't it?
Yeah, surely Port Adelaide will kick up a stink because they just got fined 100K for doing the same thing, or not just, but did get fined
last year
for doing the same thing.
Yep. Thanks, Turtle, for sending through that question, mate. All right, Carlton _Flaggers 2024. As always, if you're on Instagram, follow that handle. Question is, how can Carlton beat Sydney and vice versa?
Do you want me to take this one, Tazzy?
Sure.
So this is the premiership line. Sydney is up here.
We can't see your eye, mate.
Yeah, well, that's how far out of the premiership window they are. If they far up, I think Sydney just win this.
I reckon it's home ground advantage. I'm leaning towards whoever's home ground it is.
Well, I've tipped against Carlton the last 2 weeks. This week we'll make it 3. I just don't know if...
Especially up there, CG.
I think Sydney's in the best form of the competition at the moment. I just don't know if we'll be able to take it to them, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to see us win, and I'm happy to get my tip wrong, I just don't see us beating Sydney.
The only thing that works in your favour is Sydney's backline have copped a smash in the last couple. So
yeah.
I don't think McCartan's back yet. There was someone else who went down on the weekend. Can't remember, but their backline, I don't think they're going to be able to cover Curnow and Mackay. So if you win it out of that gut, which that's your first problem, you got to out muscle probably the best performing midfield in the comp at the moment. You've got to out muscle them.
Yep.
And then but if you get it forward enough, I can see you beating them because of their backline's underdone at the moment. So Sorry?
I was going to say that will be the way that we beat them then.
That's what I'm going. I'm trying to answer the question. Yeah, just the two big targets up there. But that being said, the other way, you've got to stop their forward line.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And their forward line's firing on all cylinders at the moment, and our back line's pretty depleted. So, it's. I think it should be a close game.
Yeah, it won't be a blowout. I just think Sydney's got the edge in SCG. But Carlton, if they're two like Mackay, Curnow, and DeConing, they can make Sydney look very little.
Yeah,
their back line at the moment. So that's how they win. They'll have to be long balls in high, get the big forwards marking.
Yep, agreed with that. What about you, Egi? Any comments on that one?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be one hell of a match. When Carlton travel, they seem to lift. All that in the finals last year when they went to Brisbane, they felt short, but they really gave it a good hard crack. On the road, I'm not against it, but yeah, all together and come home with the
and Carlton players just got. It would be tough. We'd have to play 4-4 or just have everything go right in the mid back line and forward line.
Yeah,
I think you'd have to stop it going forward to win this game.
And I think Tom Papley will kick 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah. Well, that's what Scotty was saying in the league, and he hasn't fired yet this season, so this could be his game.
We'll kick him into gear.
Yeah.
But that's a Friday night, so should be an absolute firecracker.
And that's a good Friday night game. That's what you want.
Absolutely. All right. Another Instagram tag, Talking Everything AFL. Does some really good YouTube videos as well. So jump over and check him out on YouTube. Does a good breakdown of each game, does a predictions and results. So he's sent through Adelaide need to sign a midfielder this off-season. Should they offer McCluggage 7 years?
I think every team in the comp should offer McCluggage 7 years. But if Adelaide wants that bull, I'd say target him. He's probably the best crop this year if they want another midfielder. Yep. If they need another one.
So as we were talking about before game changes, do you think McCluggage
has the potential to be one?
Yeah, I think he has actually changed a few games for Brisbane. He has won a few games for Brisbane off his own boot. He has. He's not up in the same tier as your Petrakas and those sort of players, but he definitely has the potential to do so. Is
he not there because of not lack of too much support? So you've got Neil in there as well. You've got all those higher end players. So he plays a lot of forward time, McCluggage too.
Forward wing is his main role.
Whereas Adelaide put him in that inside, and he's an inside bull.
Yep.
So if he goes in that inside.
Looking at Adelaide's team that they played today, I actually really like their midfield. I think I mentioned it to you before, with Rankin and Saligo going in there a few weeks ago, has really added that spark that they needed. Then you've got Laird, Dawson, and Crouch. Like who does McCluggage come in and take over from?
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, though.
It is, absolutely.
It's a good problem to have, and if they think they need another one, they've obviously got Dawson on one wing, Hinge on the other wing. Don't know, Keys could maybe play forward. They could swap him and Rory Laird. You wouldn't get rid of Rory Laird out of there. But maybe him and Keys, but then why are you paying 7-year deal to a player that's going to swap into the forward line?
Correct.
Don't know. Honestly, don't know. But yeah, if they think they need another midfielder, he's probably the best one to target.
Yeah. I don't know if they need another midfield. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it's a great question because it does. These are the sort of questions we want.
If they want another midfielder, I'd say offer him 7. He's not going to deteriorate over 7 years. You will get your 7 years out of him. Like, it's not like that Buddy contract. No one thought Buddy was going to finish that contract. I think McCluggage will finish 7 more.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, they didn't think Dusty was going to finish his either. He's at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
So, great question. Talking everything AFL. Thank you very much. And we'll go one more. Coach _ Stephen 51. So Brosser. Who are the first 5 All-Australian locks? Who wants to start?
So we'll get the most obvious one that we've all picked out of the way first. Is he in chat? We've got Owies. We've all put Owies in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Owies is a lock.
Absolutely. Just for the record, Brozza absolutely hates Owies, guys. So we just wanted to try and throw a bit of shade at him.
I'll put my two definite locks: Heaney in the midfield and Gawn in the ruck.
I can.
Yep.
They're my two definite locks. And then obviously I've gone with the North Melbourne boy, She's, but off the half back until I see him play in the midfield more. I've got Warner out on the wing and Toby Green or Petrarca forward as that captain role.
Toby Green hasn't really been kicking goals though.
No, he hasn't, but that's a look what's coming card for that one.
I see. Okay.
He will fire soon.
Very interesting. What about you, Egi?
Yeah, so we all had Isaac Heaney and Max Gawn. On the half-back sort of role, I know Nick Dacos, Luke Ryan are both sort of probably the centre half-back. They're both, I've got them both in my side, but I'm going to put like Nick Dacos more in the mid.
Yep.
And I'm going to have Parker in there as well. I do have Luke Ryan as my centre.
Centre half-back, yeah.
I like the Luke Ryan pick. I really do. And I like the Warner pick for you, Moisey.
Yeah, I think he just does it out on that wing.
Yep. Same as you two, Gawn and Henny. I think they're the two absolute standout locks at the moment, no matter what. Then I've gone with Caleb Sarong. I think he's had an outstanding start to the year. Zach Merritt. I think he has been probably the best captain in the league at the moment, other than Max Gawn. That is my opinion there.
If I didn't have Cheese on halfback, it was going to be Merritt, but I put the boy there.
Yep, fair enough. And then I've actually got Isaac Rankin. His form over the last month and a bit has been outstanding. He's not just getting disposals; he's kicking goals.
Just watching them.
Yeah, and that's what he's been like the last few weeks. Like he's not just racking up the ball, but he's showing his skills. He's kicking goals. He's been such a good pickup for Adelaide.
Is he a midfielder? So I noticed he was in the back line. Well, not in the back. He caught one in the back line.
He's playing forward, rolling through the mid.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think it's more mid forward now, though.
Yeah, but that's a hard position to pick this far out. Is the forward line?
Yeah,
it's probably the hardest position in the game because we know the key forward's going to be the Coleman medalist and runner-up Coleman medalist. Happens every year. They're the two key forwards. The small forwards, though, they're the ones that I've taken Green, you've taken Isaac Rankin, and Eggy's probably gone Petrarca. So all three of us have put a different one down there.
Well, when you think about it, Rankin and Petrarca are both those two types of players who can play mid and forward. So they're the ones that do tend to get favoured more.
Not last year. They're the ones, that's what they've gone away from. They're playing positions now.
Which is what they need to do.
Yeah, last year's All-Australian, it wasn't just a midfield across the board.
That's why Dacos got wing. Josh Dacos.
Yeah.
He was the best winger
and Warner got the other wing. No, Warner was the best winger in the league.
Didn't Goulden get wing?
Gould. What do I say? What my pick's going to Goulden on the wing.
You go
on the wing. I said Chad Warner. I wanted Goulden on the wing.
I was wondering, actually. I'm like, Warner, you must be, because I haven't watched a lot of Sydney games to take notice.
Nah. Warner probably in the midfield as well. He'll get a midfield role this year, I think, Warner as well. Wouldn't be surprised for an all.
There's a blooper.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, Warner. I'm like, pretty sure it's Goulden, but I said Warner. I'll just go with it.
just double down.
Just double down. But I think Warner will make it in there as well. Yep. He's having electric as well.
There'll be a few Swans players. They're just good.
They're dominating at the moment.
Oh, that's so funny.
Friday.
Oh, what time's that? We're going to have to clip that. 8:24. We'll clip that one.
Actually, you know what? I'm impressed with Charlie Curnow. When like the game looks like it's on the line, he always tends to fall back, and it's good. Like Mark.
So for his quarters this year, he's kicked, I think it's like 3 goals in the first quarter, 2 goals in the second quarter, 16 in the third quarter, and only 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter. So his third quarter is the premiership quarter. He just comes out and just smashes it and gets Carlton either back into the game or stands up. Absolutely. Good call, though. And I'm Blues bias, as we know. So. Bias? Is that what we're going to call
Bias.
it? everyone, thank you so much for your questions. Really do appreciate them coming through. Some of these questions come through midweek as well, so feel free to shoot us a message on our socials at any time during the week, and we will be sure to add them to the list of chances to be read out on the show.
All right, now into the tipping.
Tipping.
It's Jack put it again this week, so we're up to $15, and we got a three-way tie. Well, Mahogany 8 is on top with better for and against, but we got the Perthian Food also up there with 59 points. And we got Go Cats and Oscar on 58. We got Dunning down on 57, and he's only 2 points behind. We got Tazza, ESPN. Like the most ones we've got to focus on a G-Raw and Dunning because they're regular watchers of the show.
Regular watchers, yeah, and we've still got Dunning. Reckon Tassie's just attacking his tipping now. He's trying to keep G-Raw up there on her own.
Mate, if I was doing anything, I'd make myself back up there. I'd drop down to 26th or something this week.
Nah, it's where you belong, mate. Where you belong. Let's just get Kay on the show to give us her tips.
Could be worse. I think I'm down to 30. I'm 30th. About halfway up.
You're not much below me.
I'd be nearly 74th, I reckon. I couldn't even tell you what I am.
Want me to blow you? Is that
Yeah.
I know, you're just above me on 29.
Yeah, I thought so. I dropped right down. Oh, that's great.
I do prefer it when you're on top.
And this is why our show's different.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's
done.
That's the wrap. Thanks
that's
everyone
the show.
for jumping in. Thanks, Carlton Flowers, the Doc, Turtle, and anyone
Flowers.
else.
Flowers.
Oh, that was
another
me.
Blooper. That's another blooper.
that was me going, I've got Love Heart started. I don't know who I started, but I was clicking them, and then everyone started following me with the Love Heart and the party hat. And
that is great. Guys, if you haven't already, please like this live. Hit the notification bell on our channel so you do know when we go live. We do have a few people sending us messages saying, hey, let us know. If you hit the bell, it'll actually notify you. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it, and we love interacting with you
and
guys.
And don't forget to like this video when you're done as well.
Isn't that what I just said?
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or just get another one in there, Tassie. So I'm starting this Love Heart war. I'm starting a Love Heart war down here with someone.
Oh, what are we going to do with you? All right, guys. Let's hope next weekend is another explosive round of footy.
Cheers,
guys. Boys. See you all.
Right.